The truth about love and marriage that nobody talks about. You've probably heard the saying, 90% of women don't marry the man they truly love, they marry the man who is ready. And while the numbers might not be scientifically exact, the idea behind it is something we've all seen around us, maybe in a friend's life, maybe in our own family, or maybe in our own story. Today we're going deep into this reality, not to judge but to understand. Why does this happen? What does it say about love, timing, and our choices in relationships? And most importantly, what can we learn from it? Let's start with the reality check. First, let's get one thing straight. Love is not always the only deciding factor in marriage. If it were, the world would look very different. People often marry for a mix of reasons. Love, yes, but also stability, timing, family expectations, financial security, and even societal pressure. Sometimes a woman might deeply love someone, but that person isn't ready, emotionally, financially, or mentally, to commit. And so, when another man comes along who is ready, responsible, and stable, the decision becomes less about deep passion and more about practical security. Think of Sarah. She was in love with Adam for 5 years. They dreamed of traveling the world together, but Adam kept delaying commitment. One day when I'm ready, he'd say. Sarah waited and waited. Eventually life moved on. She met Daniel, kind, reliable, and ready to build a future now. Within 2 years they were married. Did she love Daniel the same way she loved Adam? Maybe not in the same romantic firework way, but she respected him, trusted him, and knew he was ready to walk through life with her. Why readiness matters. Here's the thing. Love without readiness can feel like a beautiful car with no fuel. It looks amazing, but it's not taking you anywhere. Readiness means being emotionally mature, financially stable, and willing to commit. And here's a truth that applies to both men and women. People often marry not the perfect match in their heart, but the person who shows up at the right time, offering what they need in that chapter of life. Other versions of the saying. Over the years, this concept has taken many forms. Women marry the man who is ready, not necessarily the one they love the most. Men marry when they are ready, women marry who is ready. Timing beats love, every single time. And while these sayings sound a bit cynical, they reflect a pattern that's been repeated for generations. The role of society and culture. In many cultures, marriage isn't just about two people. It's about families, traditions, and expectations. Sometimes, the pressure to marry at a certain age or to choose a certain type of partner can be stronger than personal feelings. And let's not ignore biology and life goals. Some women want children and know there's a time limit. In such cases, waiting for someone to get ready can feel like a risk they can't afford. I once met a couple who had been together for 8 years before breaking up. The woman told me, "I loved him with all my heart, but he wasn't ready. I didn't leave him for someone better. I left him for someone ready." It wasn't about choosing love over comfort. It was about choosing stability over uncertainty. Is this a bad thing? Now, here's the twist. This doesn't automatically mean these marriages are unhappy. Many women grow to love their husbands deeply, even if he wasn't the one they originally dreamed of marrying. Love can grow from respect, partnership, and shared life experiences. But, and this is important, it's also why some people feel a quiet sadness when they think about the one that got away. What we can learn from this. So what's the takeaway here? If you love someone but you're not ready, communicate. Don't leave them guessing for years. If you're waiting for someone to be ready, know your boundaries. You have a life to live. Understand that timing is everything. Love without readiness struggles to survive. Don't judge your own story. Sometimes the ready person ends up being the true love of your life. So maybe it's not really about 90% of women or exact numbers. It's about the truth that in love and marriage, timing and readiness often decide more than pure romantic feelings. Sometimes the right person comes at the wrong time. And sometimes the right time makes someone the right person. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real talk about relationships, love, and life. And tell me in the comments, do you think people marry for love or for readiness? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.